Today I will take you through a journey to understand HTML better and in a way which I understood it long time back. And today I'm going to try to explain it to you the way I understood it. Before we go into details, let's just understand just one thing you need to know before you try to understand what is HTML. Let's take this book. So how do you describe a book? A book can be described by what is its length, width and shape. What is the content inside it, right? You can think about book can be also described about where it is placed, where it is right now. If you can think about it, there are two ways to define a book. One is about the book itself and one is about the surrounding the book is present in. The way I think about HTML, it's a declarative language where you declare about things, how it is going to be placed and where it is going to be placed. And with JavaScript or any other kind of languages, you basically describe how you're going to execute it, what are the properties of the object or how you're going to execute it, how this book imparts knowledge to me, but not about the placement of book or something. So you can think in that way first of all to start with. So we'll go into a lot of details like this. Let's start our video right now. Hi everyone, this is Angular Coder. I am Gaurav, your host for introduction to HTML and how to use it in an Angular project. We'll go into our screen in some time where I will explain in Angular project where HTML contents are and how you can write that. But before we do that, as I explained before, you have to understand what HTML is and what are the basic things about it. One thing before we start practical examples is a theory where HTML came from and why it was made. HTML was created in 1991. We had 5 different versions out from them: HTML1, HTML2, HTML3, HTML4, HTML4.1, HTML5. Right now we are using HTML5 with us, and there are a lot of improvements on HTML5. So many times in interview questions people will ask what is difference between HTML5 and HTML4. Why HTML was created? Before we continue, please hit that like button because many people can benefit from videos like this, and to reach those people I need to beat YouTube algorithm or maybe ride with it and then reach to more people over time. So I really hope that you are enjoying this video, and if you are, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. So HTML was created in 1991 by Tim Berners, and I think he had a dream of creating a way where information can be sent to different computers, but also it can be represented in a common formatted way. What HTML does, it declares first about the document which the browser is going to show. All HTML files are simply a text file. A text file which you open in Notepad and save it as txt. HTML is similar to that. Only thing is that instead of saving the file as .txt, you save it as something else like .html. If it contains text, what is so different about HTML? So consider if you say where is your address, you would say your house number, then your street, your state, your city, your city, and then your state, and then your country, something like that. So in HTML also you can think about similar kind of structure being present. First of all, HTML tag will be there, which is the parent of all. It will open at top and close at top. It's like something like country you are declaring or you are declaring earth. Then inside HTML, by the way, address is single line in a simple text, right? If you want to convert it something or imagine something related to HTML, you think about that your state or this province which you are staying in is contained inside a country, and then the city is contained inside your state, and so on and so on and so on. At last you are present inside your house. In similar way, if you're seeing a hi in HTML, you would have something like HTML on top at opening tag, then you will have few of the contents. At the end you will find hi written somewhere inside it. That is through a hierarchy. Same way a country, state, province and whatever was declared in a way, HTML is also declared in same way. So let's go into code and try to understand how HTML is done. So let's start our project. For that, first what we have to do is create a folder. Things which we have already installed was Visual Studio Code in our computer. So what you have to do is basically in Mac you can open a terminal at this location, or in Windows you can just write CMD on the top bar. If you have seen my previous video, you can find it in the top card. After you have done that, then you can simply type in code dot. that will open up Visual Studio Code at that folder location. Let's close the terminal and it is full screen. So we can say yes, I trust the author. If you get that pop-up, you should select that. You have opened a folder, there is no file inside it. To create an HTML page, first thing which we will do is just click on this plus button here on which says new file, and then let's simply say the name of file as index.html. As I said, HTML files are basic txt files. Then index.html, for any HTML file, let me quickly write down the part of code there, and then I will discuss with you what are present in HTML file. Anyone can become a web developer, just remember that, it's very easy. I have just copy pasted a simple code which was present in the first link which you will get when you type HTML tutorial. First thing you need to understand about HTML is, HTML generally what I was explaining is has a opening tag and a closing tag. So something where you are going to work, you are saying basically that I am starting my page here, wherever you find angle brackets and HTML written inside it, and then I am closing my page here. After that, there are basically two parts to an HTML. One thing is called head and another thing is called body. In head, you write things to tell something called as metadata. That means you are going to say browser additional information about your page which is not directly visible to your audience. And in body, whatever you write should be generally things which you want to make visible to audience or people who are going to visit your website. So that's what two parts are. Very simple, right? Just head and body. These tags also have starting point and ending point. Same way, body also has a starting point and ending point. Ending point is written with this angle bracket on before the name that we have written. So this basically says that I am closing the body tag. You have to maintain, if you maintain indentation, what we call indentation is basically these spaces which I have given. So I have started H1 with 2 tab spaces. So I have pressed tab button 2 times so that it moved into this location. Now in HTML, as I said in before, generally this is a declaration language. So you declared that your body is going to be like this, your HTML page is going to be like this. This part is written to make browser understand that this is a HTML5 content. In HTML 4.1 we used to write a different thing which was slightly longer, but in HTML5 we just need to write this one statement. There are multiple things you can add in head. There is a title. You can even add metadata for search engine to understand what your page is about. So Google search engine uses lot of other information inside this. Whatever you write in title, basically you can see that thing, whatever you written inside this will be printed on the page when you are rendering it. Let me just show you that once. You can go to the folder where you have saved the HTML file and then just right click it, say open with, and then you can choose Google Chrome. For Windows also you will have same option, open with, and you can select the Chrome browser. You can see that your page title is shown on the top on the tab browser. So whatever you write in title will be shown on the top of page. Next thing, as I said, whatever you write inside body will be shown inside your page. I mean that will be visible to your users, like you have written this is heading, this is paragraph. Now what are title, h1, body or HTML called? These are called something known as tags, tags, right? Tags, we call these tags. So there is body tag, head tag, HTML tag, we can say these names, right? Generally format is that you can write body tag and then you can write space inside this and give different kind of additional information about the thing which you are going to render into screen. So consider this, if I want to make this title red, so I can write a property called as style. If you use Visual Studio Code you will get this IntelliSense. This is like it already suggests what you can write inside this. So I written style and then just pressed enter. Now I already got these options, so I'll just type few characters like color and see that the first option is selected. I press enter. Then you can see even colors are written. So let's just select one color for now, brown. As we did that, first of all we have to do is we have to save this file. You can see the circle icon. If we press Ctrl S, this will save the file. Then you can go to page, refresh it, and you can see now the title is of different color. you can write tag name, and then you can write something called as attributes of the tag. Whatever you write inside this tag is the content of tag. That means we are writing some content for h1, that is heading. Then P, what is h1, what is P, what are these things? There are multiple tags present in HTML for making the work easier. I know this might sound like a little bit work, but most of the time we won't be using that many tags in our code. Just to assure you, in future videos when we are going to create lot of great things, that time we might not even use these many tags, but you should remember basic ones. There are h1 tag which shows a heading, so there is a one h means heading, one means level. So one being the highest or biggest HTML or biggest heading, if you want to give, then we write h1. Then if you want to have smaller heading, you will write h2, then even a smaller h3, h4, h5, h6, we go till h6. Then there is tag called as P, which is basically denotes about paragraph or different kind of content which is going to come inside it. And then there are other things which I don't want to get you scared about, but consider this. There is something called as UL, which is like unordered list, and then we say LI, that means list item. So I say apple, or I can simply control C, copy and paste, and then we can write orange. So don't be scared about copy pasting. We do have to do a lot of copy paste as a web developer. I'm just saying to you to make your life easier in future. So if when you do a ULLI, if you refresh it, you can see these bullet items came in. Or if you do OL, that is ordered list, and then you have to be careful. If you change the opening tag, you have to change the closing tag also. So we said OL as opening tag, then we changed this to also OL, and then we saved it. If we refresh it, we see that the numbered items came up. So OL means ordered list, UL means unordered list, P means paragraph, H means heading. One more thing which is very important is div. So div is like a division of page, which we are going to use most of the time in our future code. And other thing inside this can be span. So two more things we will be using except for these tags. For our project, as you will see, will not use these many tags, and generally in our projects also we don't use these many tags. We just use different kind of styling to make it different, look different from each other. So like I have added a style here. There are a lot of styling which will go in our another video about CSS. Div is division. Writing multiple divisions basically divides the application into smaller pieces. So we write hi. So you will see that hi and hello are printed in a different kind of paragraph kind of thing. So you see paragraph had some space on top and some space on bottom, but when you wrote division, div, this didn't had any space on top or bottom. So you can see hi hello is written there. This is just about introduction to our HTML. There are other things which we can add. So you might have seen there are some icons shown here, that also we add in head, as you can expect. That is a metadata about our project. It is not something which is rendered on the screen here, so that we write on top. Then there is something called as style we can write here. Then there is something called as script we can write here. We don't have to worry about it. So that's a little bit about introduction to HTML. Alright, so we have seen a little bit about what is HTML structure, but how does that bind to Angular? In Angular, the HTML part is a little bit broken down into smaller pieces. So in a general website or web page, if you imagine from a fresher's perspective or your perspective, if you are a fresher, then you would have basically an HTML and then all content inside it, and then you will save it as a .html file. But that doesn't happen in Angular. What Angular does is you have a single big HTML file, you break it into smaller pieces and you write them into separate HTML files. I know that is not correct from Angular perspective how it works, but you imagine in that way, that you are breaking your complete page into smaller chunks, into smaller pieces, and then writing those smaller pieces in smaller HTML files. The extension does not change. Those files are also called .html. The page which browser understands is also called HTML. But in the file which we write smaller chunks, right, that need not contain the top part like head, The body initially, it will just contain a small piece of our HTML page. Now what Angular will do is, through your code in future when you write, it will pull those template files, place it in that HTML file and send it to server and send it to UI. Crazy and great. It is amazing to use it. I am really excited to show you that. Right now let's go to our screen and understand how that is done. Right now we have opened up our project which we created in last video. Again, you can find that on the top left or in the description. In Windows, this thing you can open up terminal on the top bar where you have your all options. You can go to terminal and find a new terminal. In Windows and Mac it is same. So when you open a new terminal, it will open a command prompt, or in your Mac it will open up GSH, or if you are on Linux it might open bash based on your configuration. Now after it has opened up, the file which was opened does not matter for us for now. We can run this project which we can see in this last video, but we are not going to do that. What we are going to do is try to understand what HTML is as a part of Angular. So in Angular, HTML is already written. Whenever you created the project, as you have done in last video, HTML is already created. And as you can see, there are few attributes which are already added, like language is already written as English. EN means English, LANG means language. So there is extra information which has been already added as a part of HTML. Then, as we can expect, there is head and then there is body. But you can see that nothing is present inside the body. When we talked about HTML, and as you saw in our video just beforehand, and there I explained that what Angular does is it breaks our HTML pages into smaller ones. Those things are called components. Those components work together to create a HTML page which you can see on the screen. Now before we go into body, few more information is added in head. That is, one meta information is added. You can see meta 2 times is repeated. One meta is basically saying that we are going to use a certain type of character set. You can ignore this. Title you have already seen. Whatever you write is shown on the top of Chrome bar, or you have Safari, then it will be shown on Safari. Then we have something called as base arif, which will go into future videos. Viewport, let's just try to understand here that this is some information which we are passing to page which makes this mobile friendly, but we don't have to change anything about it. This guy is basically saying what kind of icon I want to show on the side when the page launches, right? And then we have something called as body, and inside body this is crazy. If you go ahead and search about HTML tags, you will never find something which is written such thing as AppRoot. This is a custom tag which Angular understands, and it creates it basically whatever you write in this component, app component.html, that will be replaced with whatever you have written in this place, or in actuality that content will be pasted below this guy AppRoot, and whatever you have written inside it will be shown on your HTML page on top when you basically render it. One thing which we can, how this is linked, how this component's HTML is coming into this place is through 3 pieces of code. One piece is that you wrote a custom tag here. Second piece is that you wrote AppRoot as a selector element in the TS file. You don't have to make any code changes for now, but just to understand the linking, in HTML page you wrote something called as AppRoot. In TS file you declared that wherever AppRoot is present, I am going to use this HTML. So you wrote app.component.html, and in the HTML whatever you wrote will be rendered in your page. So let's just try to run it. As you can see in last video, you have to just write npm run start. So after you see that compiled successfully comes at the end, as you can see in last video, you will just copy this, go to Chrome and paste this here. So as soon as you paste it, you see that lot of things have been created in our page, and you can see the icon thing which I have told is coming on the top. The title is coming as demo, but this content, this whole HTML, as I said, is replaced in index.html at this location. So after body, that has been appended. If we go ahead and inspect it in Chrome, you will have, when you right click at any place on the screen, you can go to inspect. That is your friend, make it your friend. So in this one you can see that app root is present, and inside app root all our code has come in from somewhere. This piece of code, when you hover your mouse, you can see this color changed in Chrome. So that is basically saying this element contains all of your, this tag contains all of your things. As I said before, you are going to use only divs and maybe sometimes some heading elements, some paragraphs, but mostly what you will use in your element is div. Now before we go into that much complications, you can basically analyze any website like this. What I used to do when I was when I started with web development very early at class 8th or 10th, I used to basically go ahead and download their source code and used to basically try to understand what is these divs, how they are making this page look so beautiful. So that's what coming from, these things are coming from div or something like that. So if you see this page, if you minimize this element, all the things, if you minimize, you see that two divs were present, toolbar and content, and same thing you can see here, toolbar and content is present. So these things are mentioned with class, right? These are attributes which will go into details as we start creating our application. I just don't want to get scared, that's why I'm not going into it. So what we'll do to just remove all confusion, we'll just write hello, world, and then we'll save it. So you can see now all things are gone and we have just a simple page which is present inside it, and we are saying hello world. So in component, one thing which you have to remember is you don't have to write any kind of HTML or head or something. All things HTML head and whatever metadata you have to do is written already in the head tag. In these HTMLs you can write divs, spans, p, whatever other elements are present inside body. You can think that this is your body now. Even you can break it down even to more components, we'll go that again in later, but you can write something like div, and inside that you can write hello world. So if you save it, you'll see that now our div is created and we have hello world written inside it. So that's how HTML looks in our component. We can even in HTML, one more tag which I want to discuss is input tag. So if you write input, you can basically, these doesn't require any closing tag because you have written about closer in same tag. So input is a kind of standalone tag which you can say. In that one we can write an attribute, say text. So this guy will become a text box where you can provide input, ABCD, anything. We can type in anything. So this is like input tag. You can write button input type, so this will become a button. And then inside button, if you want some text to be present, so we can write value text. Let's see. So you can write, see now text is present inside this. Now button can be created in a different way also. So you can write something like button directly, and since button will have some text inside it, you can write button, and then you can write hi, I am a button. We save this file, so this becomes a button. In this way, all elements which you see in websites, all the complicated things which you have seen in your websites, even if you open Google or anything, these are all written in HTML. You write any kind of website, even YouTubes are created in HTML and CSS, and we'll go into those details. You too one day will be able to create anything like YouTube or Google. You just have to stay with me for some time, and I promise you I'll make you a good web developer. Thank you for watching the HTML part of it. I know this is not even complete thing, it will not give you complete view or complete understanding of HTML, but bear with me. Throughout this process, over the time period of next few months, when I will post many videos on these topics and beginner videos, a sequence which I am creating right now, through these videos you will understand and you will become an HTML developer or web developer. That is very easy. Next week, let's explore how you can create new styles on these HTML elements. There are different types of HTML elements. We will go through those while we are coding. It will not be a part. This video is not that much for interview cracking, but for a person getting into web development. Now on Wednesday, we have other videos upcoming where I talk about personal things, and on Saturday I have a video where I go in depth of Angular. So you can go ahead and watch those just for entertainment purposes or just to understand how things are done in IT industry. If you are not part of it, and if you are part of it, just let me know in comments what you want to hear next. Also, for this video, can you let me know in comments what kind of application do you want to make? Do you want to make a kind of professional dashboard? Do you want to make some kind of portfolio? So I'm thinking about making a game with MinStack. But if you have something else in your mind and if you put that in comment, maybe I can create that instead. So we have not yet gone into development. I would seriously request you to just watch and comment on this video. Thank you for watching this video. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.